Okay, well, good afternoon, everybody. It is afternoon here in Pearland, Texas, where I live, and I just wanted to try to do a fast share of the update on how my kit went for December. Now, I didn't do a how to kill a kit with style video at the beginning of the December to talk about what kit I was going to use. I didn't talk about doing December daily. I didn't really talk about much of anything, but I did decide I wanted to use the Mix and Mingle kit from Simple Stories for my December documenting album. I didn't do a daily album. I just chose to follow the prompts that the Counterfeit Kit Challenge blog group decided to use, and I loved it. It was 12 days. We did a prompt and we did it for 2 days because there was announcing the prompt and then how did somebody use the prompt, and it worked great because by the time we were done, it was pretty much December 25th. I actually just wrapped up my 12th one, and I love how, like Ali Edwards, she always says it's more of about the stories. It's not necessarily about your getting 25 stories or doing something every single day. But so to start, since it was kind of my first year really doing this, this is what I did. And I started prepping my book back in November, maybe even in October. And I also, because Simple Stories did not do album instructions for the Mix and Mingle collection, they did cards. So I actually did the cards. These are not all of them because some I gave away. This one I actually pulled the embellishment off of it so I could use it in my album. And then also, after I started doing the cards, I decided I wanted to do smaller ones. So I actually shrunk one of the cards down. Try to see if I can find it in here. Might be able, I'll just show it to you when we get to it. So I shrunk one of the cards down. Here it is. And here it is. So it's smaller, but it has the layers and it still has the same idea. So just to show you that you definitely can shrink things, expand things. That's why they have the Stretch-a-Sketch. It works really well. But the hop, I love that hop. So I did do the cards and I had a bunch of scraps left over. These used mostly the 6x8 paper. Did not use 12x12 paper. And the funny part was, I say don't usually use 12x12 paper in your 6x8 album because the scale can be off. But for this case, it worked pretty well. And I have to tell you, it had 12 pieces of cardstock and the stickers and the chipboard and the page pieces and the journal bits. And, you know, I still have a lot of the foam stickers I added. But as far as paper that's left out of the 12 pieces, plus the 6x6, remember I had that. This is just a piece of solid that I added. I only really have 4 full sheets of paper left because they're mostly the cut aparts, and I have a hard time cutting up the cut aparts to use as the paper on the other side. But that's all I really have left, those 4 sheets, full size sheets. I do have one page that's cut aparts. I use some of the, I think I used some of this on the other one. I love that paper. And then these are the scraps I have left, including a few other gold pieces that I added. And a lot of this is journal cards, and there's really not a lot of actual scraps of paper. I've been using them in my album pages as I've gone, so it worked pretty well. And I didn't really do a lot of pocket pages in my album. You'll see here in a second, but I didn't use a whole bunch of the foam stickers only because I had a hard time figuring out how to make these phrases work with my album. But otherwise, it was pretty fun. So I love the design of it. I love the colors of it. It worked pretty well for that. So that's all that was really left. And this is all the stickers that are left. Not a lot of stickers. Like one little piece of paper here. So that's all the stickers that are really left. I'll probably save some of these and use them for next year. I had a hard time figuring out how to use anything that looked like furniture or the door or the fireplace, like a house. Like, how do you use that on a scrapbook page? I don't even know. I'd love to see an example of somebody using that. But so here's my album. Here we are, and I'll probably do a flip through of this with just music also. Oh, let me also show you really quick. Here's one more piece of that. And then there were some ephemera pieces that I had left. I I had a lot of ephemera because, like I said, I didn't really know how to use the ones that were the table, and there was a lot I didn't understand how to use. But then this is all I have left of the decorative brads, which I always pull that in. This is what I call my album essential kit, like the stuff that you would normally use when you get the album instructions. It's typically the decorative brads, which aren't really brads, stickers, the bits and pieces, and the collector essential kit. And I usually add in the dots on my own, and sometimes the foam stickers, but usually it doesn't include foam stickers. Those are extra. Sometimes they add them in. The Let's Go collection they did, but I didn't really have a whole lot left. I actually started bringing in another collection just so that I could have more to work with. So for this album, I decided to use, this was one of the pieces, like I said, this is from Mix and Mingle. It was from the 6x8. I followed the Allie Edwards suggestion. I did do the prep day. I purchased her prep day class, but I didn't do it live. I didn't find out about it until afterwards, but for $5, it was such a good value. It's like 12 hours worth of content. So I did my intentions. I really wanted my Christmas to feel magical this year. It really helped because it helped me to focus on what I could use in my album, but also ways to make memories this year. So it really did help. This was I did a shaker pocket. I think it's actually one, and this is from watching Allie. It comes out. So I just stitched that one, and I put my title on the front of the pocket page. This is just a little photo of a party that I went to in November, so it was even before December time. And then on the back, all I really did was I used the same paper. This is an overlapped paper, but I used the same paper and just cut it into 3 pieces to go into that pocket. So that worked pretty well. This one I stitched to make that thing, and then just added the photo and the thing. Day 1 prompt for Counterfeit Kit Challenge was the Partridge in a Pear Tree. We followed the 12 Days of Christmas song, and this was actually one of those cards that I was talking about how I shrunk it a little bit. I did, and I actually reversed it. All their cards were in portrait. This one I expanded it to make it a little bit fatter so it would fit in the pocket. I should have made the background a little bit longer, but that's okay. And I can always add another piece of paper if I want to. And I just added a little more to make it Partridge in a Pear Tree. So this is a tree that I got this year. I added a new tree in our house. I didn't even put up the other tree. It took us a while to put that one up, but we did. So I have a photo I can add of that one. I haven't done all the journaling in here yet. Day 2 was 2 turtle doves. So it's a photo of my husband and me. And I have little stickies in here to tell me what all the different things are. And there's some fun little pictures of my husband and me, and a fun little comment there. But also this covers that up. So if you don't like negative language, it just covers it up. So I love that it flips. I can add some more journaling on there if I want to. Day 2. Day 3 was about food. I have some tags in here for journaling. And then what do you do for your Christmas dinner? Well, we don't really have a true Christmas dinner in our family. We don't really get together for that. But so these are just some things we've made before in previous year's Christmases. This was kind of a bonus one. I wanted to document the different drinks that I've been making this year. I started trying out different kinds of cocktails, and they've been fun. So I'm going to put some more journaling in there and probably the recipes. I thought Shake It Up was a cute title because it is about, you put everything in that shaker and you shake it up. And that one is, these are actually some of the cocktails we learned how to make at that cocktail and candy cane party. So I wanted to make them at home too. Day 4 was 4 calling birds, and it was how do you keep in touch with your family during the holidays. And my family, we send text messages and look at our Instagram accounts. And so this is how I found out what's going on with my nieces in San Antonio. And so this is just text message that I printed out bigger, a screenshot of the text message, and this is a screenshot of Instagram when they went downtown. 5 is 5 golden rings or 5 precious memories. Also a prompt to use circles. So I chose different photos from different years actually for Christmas memories. Cut them out with my circle die that has stitching on it, or a stitch circle die. This was a punch, but otherwise they're all circles, different size circles. And then over here I'm going to document or journal about those. I have these really fun tags from the prep day that I have not had anybody do yet, the this or that or would you rather. So we'll probably do those in a little bit to make sure we have that part of our album. They were fun to make. And then day 6 was 60 geese laying. What new traditions are you doing this year? And use a rule of 3. But I used a sketch from Paper Issues Sunday Scrap Lift, I think. It's not a sketch, it's a scrap lift. And so this was my version of that scrap lift of that page. Me with one of my cocktails at that Cocktails and Candy Canes party. And look, I have glitter on my hair because it's coming from the star. And then here's just a little flippy flip. I can put some more journaling in there about this day. Day 7 is 7 swans of swimming. What outdoor activities do you do? We don't have snow, but we do have the Hack Christmas Party, which is about wine. The Hack Christmas Pickup Party. And so December Christmas or Pickup Party. This tag can actually be pulled out, so I can write some more journaling on there. I think this was a scrap lift, Crafternoon, so there's probably a video on that one. And I love this little thing that says, may your days be merry and bright, pass the wine bottle over and don't tell Santa. Funny because it's a wine pickup party. Also funny because Santa's in the picture. So I like that one a lot. This was definitely a scrap lift that we did. So go check my YouTube for that. Day 8 was talking about 8 maids of milking, milk and cookies, baking sweet treats. What kind of treats do you make? We made gingerbread ninjas this year, ninja bread. And so I used some white alphabet to write Baking Spirits Bright, which was also the name of another Simple Stories collection, and I borrowed the title. And then I think this is actually a scrap lift also of for paper issues. I love that they choose ones that have mixed media. And then the funny part was, after I did this page, I found so many more gingerbread stickers and accessory and ephemera I could have added, but I have to save those for next year. This will have some more journaling. This was a gingerbread house that we made, so that will have some more journaling soon. Just had some fun putting that one in there. Now, day 9 is 9 ladies dancing, so tell a story about your favorite Christmas music. And I chose to document a photo of my son at his Christmas program, which was all about music. And the one ephemera I had, which had a song that they sang, which was Joy to the World, was on that card, but I pulled it off and put it in this album so that we could have a memory of Joy to the World and their Christmas program. And then I'll probably put some more journaling on the back of this tag. I made this card before I knew that I was doing this for this page, but that's fine, right? That is totally fine. Okay. Day 10 was 10 Lords of Leaping, share about the magic of Christmas, what makes Christmas magical, and to me that's Christmas movies. So I made a layout with all the different movies that I love, top 10 Christmas movies, and over here, of course, I'll write them down and write a little bit about them. Man, having these 12 prompts was just like the best thing for me this month. It just really kept me on track. Day 11 was 11 pipers piping. Talk about a piping hot drink you like to drink. We like to make hot cocoa, other than coffee, but cocoa with my kiddo. And a lot of times when we're putting the tree up, we'll make hot cocoa. So I made this little layout. This was a sketch from the Close to My Heart sketchbook from a team that's Erin, Crafty Concept with Erin, I think is her channel, and she has like a whole team, and they put together a book of sketches, and it had one for probably every day for 25 days to do, but it's all 6x8, so it was perfect for my purposes since I'm doing 6x8. Day 12 was the last day, and the prompt is share your favorite childhood memory because it's drummers drumming and they're children. But for me, it was just a favorite memory of this season. And that one was Ugly Sweater Day for my kiddo. Even though it was hot that day, he insisted on wearing his sweater and he was good. So that was that one. And then of course we had to have a Christmas Day layout. And I love these little tags things from Vicki Booten's. A lot of the numbers in here are from hers too. So I decided I had to do like a double layout. So I did this, but I put it on one of the dividers so that it would be nice and sturdy. And then not only are there photos of my son opening his presents, my niece is playing with a car that he used to have that he gave them. And I also have this little tag in here. I made a pocket. So just put tape along the edges and then leave this as a pocket so that we could have Mom and Dad's gifts that we got from Mom and Dad from my kiddo. So I got a squirrel, which I saw these little stickers. Okay, where are they? They are from Busy Sidewalks, which is a collection I used last year. And I was looking through this and I was like, oh, look at all these amazing, these really, really cute, like gingerbread and the coffee cups and the fun drinks, the cocoa. And then I said, why would anybody use teeny tiny tags? What would you possibly use that for? Well, I figured it out. You would use it for making a small spread like this one. And, you know, I always do that. I say, what would I possibly use that for? And then the next day I figure out a reason to use it or why to use it. So that's that little pocket in there. Just a way to document what we got from my kiddo for Christmas this year. Of course, big old Merry Christmas on that day. So that's pretty much my documenting December, whatever album. I still have some other photos I want to add. I might do it. Haven't decided. Never went back and finished my bingo, but I should do that too. But can you imagine, this one's only, I mean, I counted, it's like 12 or so, it's 12 prompts, but 17-ish layouts. And look how thick that is. I love the chunky, I love a chunky book, but still, it's very thick, and I probably wouldn't have been able to fit 25 stories in here unless I just didn't use foam stickers and didn't use anything with chunk. But I love having the chunkiness, and I love that it's almost done. I just have to go put some of the journaling in there. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming along on my little journey today and seeing my layouts and seeing what I created in December. Like I said, 12 prompts was just right on. It was perfect. And I'll probably post a separate video of just a flip through of these pages too, because this is really all I did in December. I didn't make any other 12 by 12 layouts necessarily. I don't think I did at all. So thanks so much. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.